This is WOMMLP operating out of Burlington, Vermont, 105.9 The Radiator. Good evening, it's The Rocket Shop. I'm your host, Tom Proctor, and with me tonight is my good friends, LACES. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hey, Tom.
Hey. Howdy.
Pleasure to have you back in again. I feel I see you all around collectively a lot, but I think this is your natural space, is in our studio. We like kicking it off with a song, so what you got for us?
We got a song called Lost My Tooth, Broke My Crown. One, two, three, four.
All right, Laces with Lost My Tooth, Broke My Crown. One hell of a guitar solo there. I don't recall hearing that in the live set.
So,
Yeah, it was...
song's different every time. As you saw, I just lift my foot when it's time to come out of it. Great band can just sense that.
We recently established our band sign language. If you foot forward, go to the next part, backward, keep riding it out.
Oh, nice.
Levi was definitive there.
Yeah, I was going to say, have you ever just stood there like a flamingo for several minutes, and everyone else has got one foot up, telling you to stop, and you're like, no, my foot is back, damn it.
We can't get off on the wrong page.
For the benefit of the audience that's not listened in to Laces before, do you want to go around and introduce yourselves and what you play? Remember, if you've not got a microphone in front of you, you may have to shout.
And we'll go in order because we're an acronym. I'm Levi. I play the guitar.
I'm Abigail. I play trombone and sometimes a little guitar.
I'm Crhsitopher, play keyboard and guitars.
I'm Eric, play mostly bass and some guitar occasionally.
And I'm Seamus. I play mostly drums, and then I have a guitar song that I'm going to play tonight.
Yeah.
I do love how none of you are really definitively on any one instrument.
Use and choose, baby.
Keeping it easy and breezy.
It keeps it fun.
Yeah. So you guys came in about a year ago, I think. Does anyone remember exactly when it was?
Yeah,
We're going to say about a year ago.
Late spring?
Yeah. Since then, you've been gigging a lot from what I've seen. But what have been some of the band highlights in this interim period? Any gigs, any particular moments, anything like that?
Oh man. Well, last summer we played this really epic backyard birthday party for our friend Connor in Northfield. That was like
Dr. Rickfest. Shout out to Dr. Rickfest.
cool.
Yeah.
They're like babies, and like I think there was someone who was like close to 100 in the audience as well, and that was highlight. But yeah, last weekend we just went into the studio to do some recording, which was pretty cool.
That's
So, yeah.
fantastic. I feel like I asked this the last time around, and there was a lot of question marks. So
Yeah, we're finally doing it.
you're finally doing it.
Yeah.
Is
We're
this
trying
going
to
to
make an EP.
an EP?
Last song, yeah.
So how many songs are we talking about here?
5.
Senko.
We're doing 5.
Yeah.
One
Have
for
you-
each of us.
Yeah.
Did-
We're keeping with the Laces thing. It'll be a song by each of us in that order.
Do all of the songs start with LACES?
I don't think we can.
No.
You can go that far.
That would be
hard.
next
Too
level.
much, Tom.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
It's too meta. We've had too many layers to this.
Well,
Was it difficult to whittle it down to 5? Did you were you all do you all get one and you're like
I only
Yes.
have one song, so that's like an easy choice for me.
But collectively,
Yeah.
we probably have like 25 songs at this point. We were like, maybe we should start with a double album.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have got enough to kind of actually create like a full on, an album. I'm guessing it's more about the time and the money piece rather
Yeah,
than the
yeah.
Precisely.
Exactly.
the
So
one.
we're gonna try to do a 5-song EP that's more like the live sound,
Mm.
and then maybe after that, it gets this Madison Square Garden or something. We can do our 10-song album with all the overdubs and
That's usually the steps it goes.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
first EP, Madison Square Garden, first album. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
That's right. It's the blueprint.
taking the path of the rest of the heroes. Have you settled on a name for the EP?
Laces.
Well, you guys are nothing if not
We haven't
consistent.
talked about it.
No, I mean, self-titled
Yeah,
seems right. for
Eponymous,
the first
right? That's
thing.
what that's called.
Eponymous.
Eponymous.
Eponymous. So your band mascot is a narwhal though. So I would have thought
Purple narwhal.
a purple. Sorry, Seamus. Specifically a purple narwhal. Does it have a name?
No.
Just the purple narwhal. I'm surprised that there's not some kind of narwhal-based pun or something as the name of the album, but
Well,
the EP.
Levi kind of
Maybe
already
if-
did that.
But maybe for the
his
album,
EP.
right,
Well,
The Narverse continues to exist, but this album might exist outside of the Narverse.
That's right.
Yeah.
but it alludes to it at least, maybe.
Maybe it'll be on the cover somehow.
It might be a crossover at some point in a
It'll be
future
Easter eggs,
album.
perhaps.
Yeah,
There,
yeah, very MCU.
but Yeah, we've been trying to be on. As a band, we started. We're like, we're gonna be on brand. We're gonna brand ourselves.
And then what's the
With
brand?
Purple Narwhals, LACES, our names. We're just like really proud and strong of it. So now we're just trying to uphold our values from the beginning and our mission.
We even have a narwhal
Yeah,
that we should have
maybe
brought.
some of you have seen it out in the wild. The narwhal has been in the window of Radio Bean, in the window of Monkey House, and in a couple other places that we played. It's a bicycle wheel dynamarama.
It's a dynamarama.
With sea creatures in it, including some purple narwhals and some beluga whales and some other various.
Yeah, I mean, it's a genius piece of engineering.
It's beautifully done.
I think it's made with a bike wheel and a drill.
Yes.
Right.
And some plush toys.
Yes.
And it's phenomenal.
Lots of
And a strobe light. There's a strobe
And a
light.
strobe light, of course, because there's a disco now. Well,
Yeah, exactly.
it's there to party.
It was we did that during the pandemic, where it was like during that phase where you could like hang out outside working on essential things.
Yeah,
Like narwhals.
like narwhals and what did you call it? A narwhalarama?
Dynamarama.
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 It's like a diorama, but it's dynamic.
You need that.
It's all making sense now. I have no idea where I am. Yeah, so the 5 songs you picked, you all just got one song. Was there any arguments like that's not a song we should have on this EP, or did everyone have their own autonomy to kind of just pick exactly what they wanted for each of you?
I think everyone kind of got to pick. I don't know.
Is it going to flow? Is there going to, have you got like an order already, or am I asking too many questions here?
We
And
really decided to do it after we went in the studio last Saturday, and we were like, wow.
Like 5 days ago.
yeah,
It's pretty
We were
fresh.
sitting around, we we're like, well, let's do more, and we kind of thought about it before, but we were like, and everyone just, we're all different songwriters, so it's like, why not just have 5 songs? The LACES, the LACES, and each one picks a song and put it out there. So it's going to be a wide, wide array of songs. And it'll be fun.
Are you going by the way LACES is spelled? We're doing Levi, Abby, Crhsitopher,
Yeah, we think so. Yeah, just
Eric, Seamus.
to be corny.
You drive it home.
Yeah.
Beat that horse to death.
Right.
I do
Branding,
thi-
But I think overall, it's they're not very minory songs. They're not slow songs. They're party songs.
I mean, you are a party band, as you said. You got fans from like a few months old to 100. You're a big fan of the back garden parties. That's a question, actually. So I've seen you obviously a ton, but in definitely both settings. You played a phenomenal gig at Radio Bean, I'd say about 6 months ago, that I absolutely adored. You guys were just so tight. But then at the same time, we've also seen you in your back garden, in Abby's back garden,
The Carriage House.
in the Carriage House, which was also just a really great gig. Complete dust floor, and everyone started dancing, and it was just an asthmatic nightmare. Yeah, it really, it was. I was coughing up black for the next few days. I was like, I've been down in the mines. But it was a great gig. But I'm curious of like you guys, what's your kind of like ideal gig?
I think yard parties are kind of the bread and butter. That's what I like the most.
Basement parties
House
too.
parties, basement parties, yeah. Like
But we love Radio Bean. We love Monkey House. We're not
Yeah.
going to turn down
a
any
good
gigs
stage.
No.
is
at a
great
good
too.
bar.
Brings
We love
out a
bars.
different side of us too, which
Good
is
sound
fun.
engineers.
What's
we're
the
not like-
different sides? What's the bar side of what's like the venue side versus the garden or basement side?
I mean, we could definitely be wrong, but we sometimes try to like kind of predict what we expect the atmosphere or vibe to be, and kind of pick our songs accordingly. Like, all right, we're gonna have like a set where everyone can like listen really intently, or a set where we want people to dance, and we'll kind of negotiate it amongst ourselves.
Yeah.
And the other bands that are playing.
Yeah, that's
too.
true. The other bands that are
You know.
playing are a big part of it too.
I'm kind of. I mean, it's impressive that as a band you can just, I don't know, maneuver yourself or change the way that you sound based on that kind of criteria. It's a lot of other bands are kind of either one thing or another. But you guys, I mean, 25 songs means that you do kind of have that license to be able to put forward a
Kinda
set
just
list.
enough to do that.
Yeah.
Like, we'd have to play some party songs at a chill one.
And some chill ones.
The minor key.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that, I don't know. A set should be like that anyway.
Yeah.
So have you guys been writing this year as well? So is that been part of this last year of the LACES life?
Yeah, I think that's part of the EP. Is it's like newer songs too, things we're psyched on. You're gonna hear 3 of the 5 songs that would be on the EP tonight, but we didn't play like Abby isn't going to play her song Summer Rain because we played that last time we were here. And I wasn't going to play my song Beeswax Candles because there's expletives in it.
I see. You can't self-censor if you're not...
It seems really hard to do.
You didn't
I didn't
really
trust
test the
myself.
waters, yeah.
Singing about ducks or not.
Yeah,
It's not as compelling.
not
No
worth
fines
the
over
risk.
here.
We could just pretend it's spelled P-H-U-C-K, you know what I mean? We just all collectively know that it's not swearing, it just sounds like it. Well, we should listen to another song, so I'm rambling on, and we should listen to some more music. So what you got for us?
This is a song about Burlington. Walking through the same old town, there's a going blowing right down. I miss those late nights under violets. Too many beers before the show. Names they flit across the screen. We always say the same things. Together we flit on through the night, where we could hold each other tight. Take me someplace warm and clear, where the days they stretch on through the year. I've had enough northern skies to last me for a
LACES there with, I'm sure this is not the actual title, a song about Burlington.
Oh, it's called Queen City Malaise.
Queen City Malaise. It does sound very Burlington at this moment. Like covered in melting snow, and we're all a bit fed up with it.
Speak for yourself.
Eric had a great ski today. He was rubbing it in.
No, I didn't.
This was recorded on a Saturday. Definitely not during the week. Yeah, so tell us a little bit about that song. You know, what is it we're trying to say about Burlington and the Queen City?
I wrote that song during like the first summer of the pandemic. And I think it was a time where like I was going through a big change in my life, and I feel like the world just like shut down. And it's really kind of just about like longing for community and your neighbors and even just like people that you don't know. But yeah, I remember I wrote it. I was like, Levi was out of town. It was like you couldn't really see anybody. And I had this like great night like sitting on the roof of outside of our old apartment, like crawling through the window. Which you're totally not allowed to do. And it was just like so beautiful. I was like, this city rocks, but we can't all be together right now, you know?
I see. So it's sort of kind of a love letter to the city, kind of wishing for it to be back the way it was.
Yeah, totally. And I think too, like, I don't know, I grew up in Vermont, so I feel like sometimes I have this like love affair with Vermont where it pulls me in, and then sometimes I'm like, I gotta get out of here. So there's a little bit of that in there too.
I see. Well, that's why Montreal's only an hour and a half away.
Yeah.
Keep us all somewhat sane. Levi, I never actually asked you what your song was about. I mean, great title, by the way. Lost my tooth, broke my crown.
It's like a dental experience.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, do you see it playing in dentist offices everywhere after the EP's out?
Kind of, I guess. I don't know. I guess it was just about kind of having to fall into a hard, dark time, but seeing some hope in it. It's the most like vague artistic thing you could say. Yeah,
it's about feelings.
Yeah. Well, and it was kind of more like the lyrics just came because they're like plays where it's like it's like I talked about with the north and the south and the east and the west. So it's like sometimes they just kind of like come out and you're like, well, I'm just doing this theme, and we'll see what it means. What did you think of, man?
I was so in awe by the guitar solo that I completely lost any sense of what the lyrics were. So, I mean, I guess that's a good thing as well. I got more of a...
Maybe it's about getting lost in yourself.
Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah. How does everyone else approach songwriting? I mean, because you all do it. Seamus, albeit with one song. So
I've written other songs. I just have one song with the band.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How do folks kind of take their approach to songwriting? Do you guys do it together, or is this kind of everyone's a solitary effort on this?
Some of it's together.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's kind of all the above.
A lot of times these guys show up with partial songs, but also full ones.
When you kind of show up with partial songs, is it a group, all five of you effort to finish writing a song, or is that kind of a too many cooks in the kitchen kind of situation?
Yeah, usually there should be like one or two people kind of playing it together, and usually you have an idea of where you want to go, and maybe someone will think of a chord or a progression that might latch on to. But what?
Sorry, we do have a few songs that are like almost fully collected, like OG Jam.
Right.
It's like,
and those are some of our party songs, which is fun,
we were all like
a lot of our party songs.
Some instrumentals, which are fun to play.
Like Lost My Tooth, Levi showed up with almost done, and then like we adjusted it into the band, basically. Right?
It can be a good way to help finish a song that maybe someone's been struggling to finish and come up with a part, and you bring it to the band, and it brings this whole new life into the song where you've just been sitting in your room playing on acoustic guitar, and now you have someone keeping time and playing bass, and you're like, whoa, this actually feels like a real song now, and it brings you on even more inspiration. At least for me, yeah. So.
Yeah, all these pathways that weren't open before because it was just like me and a guitar. Does anyone have like any unusual ways that they kind of like write at all, or is it kind of just thinking about some ditty in your head and writing it in your notes app, or making a little recording, or is there any kind of like I go to Lone Rock Point and stare across the lake?
I've definitely been out on the lake with a notebook and a boat by myself and wrote about just things. It's good to put yourself in a place of solitude in terms of writing lyrics. In terms of writing like new chords and new chord progressions, just try to learn someone else's songs. Honestly, like we're all inspired by each other. That's the bit. Yeah, it is. So don't copyright it, but like learn a new song or a new chord from a new song from your favorite artist and say, wow, how can I incorporate that into my own songwriting? What
are some LACES, not that you copied, but what are some inspirational artists that you have potentially emulated?
I actually think one of the funnest things about this band is that I feel like all of us have very different. I mean, we have a lot of shared musical influences, but we all are like we bring a lot of different music in our backgrounds, I think, and also in our music tastes.
We had a really fun time, I think, towards the end of the last year, just comparing our Spotify like year wrapped up, just to kind of see what everyone had in their top 5. And
There's a lot of Radiohead among some people on that side.
but there was some overlap, but it was really interesting to see how far
I had a shit ton
of a distance we
Courtney
had.
Barnes, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was just all over the place, and it was fun.
I'm gonna guess here. French disco pop for Seamus.
Yes.
Acid jazz for Eric. I'm seeing Abby as more of a kind of a Norwegian death metal. Crhsitopher, it's gonna have to be French folk songs for me.
Love that.
And Levi, just Kesha and Taylor Swift on repeat.
Definitely, yeah, exactly.
Was that close?
Yeah, I think you put it.
Yeah.
Those are our influences.
Yeah, I'll have to get all of your Spotify Wrapped at some point. I would quite like to listen to it.
We'll post them.
Christopher, it looks like you're the one that's going to be leading the next song. So do you want to tell us a little bit about it?
We had the LA, and now we got C coming up with. I think I'm gonna play. What do you think about Pop Top Chevy, Tom?
Oh, it's my favorite song.
Yeah,
I was
really.
so mad when he came on last time he didn't play it. Annie and I both mad. It's both of our favorite songs.
Maybe we'll play that a radio debut. That'd be sweet.
That would be great.
Songs for everyone who's driven on 89.
It might be there right now.
It might be right there now.
I
Yes,
would
they say-
almost
Yeah.
guarantee they won't be because I don't think our range goes that far.
How far are we out there? Greater Burlington area? Or?
I would say roughly about to dealer.com.
Nice.
Going that way and going towards town. I think probably about as far as that's right. Bob, we got confirmation. We stream to the world.
Yeah, I'm streaming the world. Yeah, I sent the link. The link's streaming everywhere. Awesome. Well, yeah, I'll play that song.
Chevy, alright, going to make the great escape, yeah. We're driving down the interstate, 89 degrees, but my mind's still freezing from the push-pop bicycle thing that you grabbed from me from the back seat. We're driving down the when I'll be gone. Call me for your camera. one and done. We were doing the rest of mine on a great escape. We went driving. I know we're gonna make it through. Time was spending, it's time with you. Tell me what you wanna do. What's on the other side of the double yellow line? Yes, I know.
What an absolute banger.
Funny one,
Laces,
isn't it?
Laces with Pop Top Chevy, certainly my favourite song of your repertoire. Also, I think we had a drunken conversation once, Crhsitopher, and you told me that a Pop Top Chevy doesn't actually exist.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, you can. There are like some Chevy Astros. I think people have put a custom pop top in, but I don't know. It was like a flow of words. That was,
It works.
If
Popped
anybody
up
sees
Chevy,
one,
I don't know.
Take a picture of it.
Please,
Send it to us
I'll buy
on
it.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Laces VT.
or we can make one.
Or you can make one, yeah. Make
can
it
make
the,
one.
the
But yeah,
Laces
it's
movie.
kind of like a dream. It's more of like a dream. So
I
I
do-
don't actually own a pop top Chevy. Sorry.
I do realise I asked you a question directly after you just belted out a song, and you were very much out of breath.
I think LAC Eric's next.
Eric's
Yeah,
next.
that's right.
Yeah, Seamus gets denied, unfortunately, this time with his one song. Keep rubbing that one in. I'm so ashamed. Okay, so you're in the studio, but one thing, the big thing I want to know is when is it going to come out, and then what are the summer plans for Laces? What are you guys looking at for the next few months? Because it's a summer band, really. I feel like Laces is a summer band.
You got an
Yes.
April gig.
April, yes.
Yes, we have a gig in mid-April on, it's the Thursday, is it Thursday the 13th?
Sounds about
I
right.
don't know if
Yeah.
you're Friday the 13th. Yeah.
I
it's
like how you looked at me
Thursday
there with a confirmation.
the 13th.
I really
was trying to
love you
remember
as
the
a band, but I
calendar,
don't keep
not
up to
the
date.
But yeah, it's at Monkey House, and we're playing with some other great bands, some friends, Community Garden and Lake Waves. We're psyched to be playing with them.
Great bands.
And yeah, otherwise, we're hoping to get some more stuff on the books. We're just like kind of stoked for summer and to get back out there.
And of course, I mean, there's no Waking Windows this year, which you guys played last year.
No,
Oh, we didn't. We were really hoping to play this year.
Yeah.
We played a Waking Windows event. But we
Okay.
haven't played Waking Windows itself.
And it's just going to be Waking Windows events from now on, right? There's no
I guess-
actual
yeah,
Waking
I guess
Windows
so, yeah.
anymore.
So,
But Monkey House is kind of the epicenter of that. So, I mean, you've played
Yeah.
Monkey House a bunch of times now. So, every one of them is a Waking Windows event in my eyes.
But in terms of when the album's coming out, I don't know. We gotta get some more days on the books. It is time and money shortage. It's tough, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you could try to crank it out, 2 weekends or something. But it'd be more fun to have like
Right.
some time to take our time with it.
And I'd actually say, especially because you're so, I mean, a lot of these songs you've been performing for a couple of years now, and you've got noticeably tighter at each of them. As I said, like there was a Radio Bean gig about 6 months ago where there was a real jump in terms. Maybe it's just because every time I've seen you, it's been like a back garden party and we've all been hammered. I don't know. It's all. So that's the first time I've seen you sober and everyone else is sober, and it's actually really good. But yeah, I mean, I feel like you should kind of take your time with it and make sure it sounds kind of perfect. It's your first EP as a group. Has anyone else been in the studio before for other bands? Yeah, of course, Eric. Yeah,
my other group's done some recording. We've made a few EPs, so. But I mean, I think we're all pretty familiar with making our own home recordings, and we enjoy the process of, exploring different possibilities and layers and harmonies and making a nice texture. So I think we all bring something to bear when it comes to recording. I think last weekend, showed that pretty nicely.
So you've already had the first session then?
Yeah,
this
first
was
song's
this
in the
past
books.
Saturday, and that was Abby's song. So.
Oh, nice.
Some right.
How did that first session go? It sounds a pretty positive experience based on the way you guys are talking about it.
yeah, definitely. I think that like recording and being in the studio is another skill set as a musician. So that was like definitely my first experience trying to do that with the song that I'd written. And it was really fun. It was cool, but it's definitely like, it's a totally different skill set from like playing live. It's a different skill set from like bringing a song to a band. It's like, it's kind of its own thing.
Yeah. Have you got if you're self-producing, you've got someone to kind of do that part of it and kind of bring out
We're working
what you
with
wanna hear?
the Hero Sound, Alex Burnham. I don't know. We didn't tell him we were being on the radio, but we should have told him. Hero Sound. Yeah. He doesn't have an Instagram or a website, so this is the only way you're going to hear about him.
How did you
Hero
guys find him? Like
Sound.
under a bridge or something?
That's a good story.
Yeah, I did some ecology consulting for them. I delineated a wetland for them in exchange for.
Oh, no way. So this is a barter system.
It's
You're
a
not
barter,
even paying
yeah, yeah.
here.
So the first song was free. We got paid for the next 4. Because
Oh, you have to delineate 4 more wetlands.
Yeah, no, I did them all. I did.
I don't know
yeah.
if they have that many wetlands.
They'd have to do 4 more septic systems, and they definitely don't
You
want
don't need
4
4 more
septic
septic
systems. Yeah, that'd be a
systems.
lot of money.
You're just gonna have to find other odd jobs and then just be like, yeah, I've fixed your bathroom.
Yeah.
No,
No, he's really great to work with, though. I think he's looking for more clients. So
okay.
Hero Sound.
Yeah,
But
he's awesome.
You can't
really
find him on any social media.
Yeah,
so
I don't know how you're gonna find him.
if you do
Reach
need
out to
him,
us.
We'll get you in touch.
get in touch with Laces or just hang around some wetlands and maybe you'll turn up.
You might find Levi.
Yeah. Well, we've got time for one more song. And Eric, this one's yours. So do you want to tell us a little bit about it before we kick it off?
Sure. It's called Morning Light. It's I don't know. I don't live in Burlington. I live a little outside of town, but I lived here for 7 years, and this song was written just kind of about like enjoying, anything that could happen on a given day or night or week living here. It was just kind of enjoying the possibilities of being in town and kind of trying to catch that a little bit, and what different seasons have to offer, and it's just a good time.
Wonderful.
So that's the feel of the song.
All right.
See if you agree. All right. 1, 2, 3.
right, LACES. That Eric, you have to remind me again. What was the song called?
Morning Light.
Morning Light by LACES. And I have just been informed by my partner over here that we did agree to a 5-song set. And I feel like we should.
I mean, you gotta hear.
We
You gotta hear
should.
Seamus.
We've got to hear Seamus. We've
On
got to
the radio.
complete it. Otherwise, it's
Also,
going to
Levi play the
be.
drums.
It's going to be.
What good is one lace?
Yeah,
It's gotta be
exactly.
plural.
You know, I feel like you guys are so intentional about being, you know, the whole LACES and the LACES and even the EP. I feel like we should honor the 5-song format. Before I'll let you finish this one off for us, Seamus. Tell us a little bit about the song.
It started kind of as a country song, and then I brought it to these guys, and Levi kind of turned it into like a '90s rock thing. So I think it was a good choice. And then he also added like basically a drum solo at the end. So
Levi's getting real excited there behind the drums. Yeah,
you should all get excited.
he's about to hit them hard. I can tell.
You heard of Animal?
Yes. And then for anyone listening, and they want to see or hear more LACES, where do they find you? What social medias do you have? And remind me of your next gig.
Ooh, I can take that one. So you can find us on Instagram. That's probably the best place to follow us. We're LACESVT. We post some silly things, sometimes videos of, you know, the narwhal and things like that. Prime content. And yeah, we're playing next at Monkey House. What's that?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, never mind. Sorry. Things
The
going on.
conversation going on behind you.
Yeah. We're playing next at Monkey House mid-April. It's that Thursday in the second week of April. So real stoked. Yeah, you can catch us there.
Yeah, looking forward to that one. Maybe the weather would have warmed up a little bit. Be a nice early spring day down in Winooski.
Yep. Or maybe mud season. Who knows?
Oh, it might be mud season.
Sloppy mess.
Either way, I'm sure we will be there. And I urge anyone else listening to go see a LACES gig because they're a lot of fun. There's a lot of dancing, and yeah, it's
Especially when Tom's there.
especially. Well, I'd say Annie also is
Sorry, Annie,
a
how
big
could-
part
how
of
could
that.
I forget?
Well, Seamus, want to introduce his last song? Play us out.
Yeah, it's called Bloodshot Eye because I liked the way that sounded, and their lyrics are in the song.
All right, take it away.
Give me a second. I'm gonna do a little tweak.
You can turn the tremolo pedal off too. That makes it sound more too.
Which one's the tremolo pedal?
Little bit.
Oh yeah.
You said you wouldn't cry, but smoke got in your bloodshot eye, and I lost the words to all the songs we sang. The sound of passing cars, and your lips formed around the scars of words you'd given freely in the day. If you could let me say the last thing that I want today, it wouldn't come out nearly what I mean. Let's keep this soft and cute. 3 days in frozen time we'll do in Jamestown, playing songs in a dusty room. This is the only way it will be fine. You'll be okay. With passing time, blessed wine, each yellow line, all fade away. if I may. Life will come around, don't ask me when, I don't know how. It picks you up and sends you on your way. This is the ending, then I'll call you someday, maybe when I'm on my feet and deep in love again. Will you remember when the smoke got in your eyes and then I told you all the words I'd left to say?
Thanks, y'all.
Laces flag us out with Bloodshot Eye. Guys, thank you so much for coming on. It's always a pleasure.
Happy to be here, Tom.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Having people and Annie and everyone making it happen.
Yeah.
Totally. Thanks, everybody.
You guys rock.
Looking forward to that EP. Looking forward to a lot of summer Laces nights. Well, that's all we've got time for tonight. Next week, we got The Most Wanted coming in. But for now, this has been WOMMLP operating out of Burlington, Vermont, 105.9 The Radiator. It's been The Rocket Shop. I've been your host, Tom Proctor, and good night. Woo!
Yeah, you kept it pretty tame at the end there, Levi.
Yeah, I thought you were going to hit him way harder.
Usually he just like it's huge compared to yours.